So yesterday, I'll save this because if I tell it now, I won't even play the intro. This is so stupid. I lost all of my Pooh Bear points yesterday. You're like, what? All of them. Kate, I haven't gotten your intro yet. Soon. Hey, everyone. It's Kenny in Nashville. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone. Kenny from Nashville here. And after a long day of listening to some crappy death metal, I like to unwind with the Eric Zane Show podcast.
Yeah.
Here's your host, Eric Zane.
This show comes to you each and every weekday from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Thank you so much for being part of it. The Eric Zane Show podcast has begun. All right. Man, I tell you, there is plenty of things to cover today. I really cannot wait to get into the story about the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. What has happened to that thing? I remember when I used to have an actual subscription to Sports Illustrated. It was a real beat-off high point of the year when that thing would arrive in the mail. You know, typical red-blooded American male. You know, usually I'm used to seeing like Carlton Fisk or Joe Montana on the cover of it. All of a sudden, it's Kathy Ireland. Now, that thing shows up, and you've got a tennis star with fried egg boobs who is not Kathy Ireland type of face, you know, pretty. The fuck is going on with the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition? Everything that I'm going to say about the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition flies in the face of what they're doing with the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. It's a horrible word for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. When it comes to that publication, it is a bad idea to use the word inclusive, because if you use the word inclusive, well, you're including people that do not deserve to be looked at and ogled. I mean, let's face it, that's what the fucking thing is supposed to be there for, right? Why are we, of all the, let's be inclusive about everything except the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. I say no to inclusivity. You know it's bad when the most attractive woman on there used to be a man. That's not exactly true. I'll get into that more in just a little bit, complete with photographic evidence of my problems, my specific issues with the all-inclusive Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. And by the way, if you really wanted to be, I'm already going down the road. I can't help it. I just can't stop myself. If you really wanted to be inclusive, you would go up to some of the areas that, far off the beaten path, northern Michigan, hollers of Tennessee, ladies with no teeth, and put them on the cover. Now that's inclusive. You want to put the most trollish-looking women on the planet if you really want to be inclusive. So don't give me your inclusive bullshit. All right. This show is a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. I think that would qualify as nonsense. It's not really news. I do have news to talk about, though. We are 10 days shy of 1 year with my brother-in-law living here. the world famous NFK. In that time, 355 days, this has been the most talked about thing on this podcast. I've been slowly over time feeding you the scenarios and the stories that have led to the growth of his character. Now, when I say character, I don't want you to think that it's like fake. Everything I've ever told you about anyone in this household is 1,000,000% true. It's just kind of percolated and led you to understand what I'm dealing with here. He came into our household because my other brother-in-law passed away suddenly almost 1 year ago. He just didn't wake up. It was terrible. My God. Just to quickly gloss over the story. Well, why does he move in with you? Well, you have a unique family dynamic there. I don't know how quite to explain it, but Diana's brother who passed away was like kind of by default a caretaker, but he didn't really take care of him per se. They kind of just coexisted together forever. They moved out of their parents' house, bought a house together, they worked together, retired together, and that was it. So, not sure what's going. And why is because the NFK, no filter Kevin, because he doesn't have a filter, kind of needed some support in case he had a seizure. He had epilepsy for the longest time. Well, then the epilepsy kind of like went away because of a lobotomy that he had. I know I always giggle when I say that because, when you hear about a lobotomy, you picture somebody, in a home just staring at a wall. And that kind of happens, but there's a little bit more to it than that. But he had that to get rid of the epilepsy. So that being said, he moves into the house here. And hold on a second. I'm totally distracted here. I got to get rid of these. For some reason, because of the bachelor type lifestyle or what, somehow along the way, taking care of his hygiene became an option. I talked about this on the Patreon. There is an update to what I talked about on the Patreon with you yesterday. But when I was with the NFK up north recently and we had to drive back, he had been in the sun a lot, so there was some real strong body odor. Okay, it was bad. And I said, okay, buddy, you need to go and clean yourself up. And I wash rag, soap, water, pits, asshole, all those things. In order for you to be in the vehicle with me, it smells that bad. And I actually I said those words. I go, Kevin, it's just a problem. We need to change our clothes. As a 60-year-old man, I'm like, why am I? And now, I don't know about you, but if somebody had that talk with me, I would be so mortified. I would never, ever let that problem happen again. Ever. This is not a normal scenario here. So, this is how this went. First of all, let me jump to the end of the story here, and then I'll work my way back. Yesterday, he took a shower on his own. He went and took a shower, and that is his third shower in 355 days. And I am not lying to you. He's averaging one shower every 118 days. Oh, fuck. I do not mind him living here in any way, shape, or form. I opened up my house. Said, "What's my?" I don't even charge him for it. I don't make him pay rent. I say, "Yeah, hey, you're part of the family. You just come in here and you live here, man. You got to take care of each other." But for some reason, I have avoided having. I mean, I've told him. I mean, like I said just a few weeks ago, I said, "Kevin, you gotta clean up if you're going to be in the car with me, buddy." And but the message doesn't stick. You know, I have never said, "Okay, family meeting time. We need to actually have a formal meeting about you and your filthy asshole," and then actually laid down the law. I have never done that. It's all been like little spot interactions. Hey, let's. You know. So the message hasn't really gotten through. There was he's got this dermatitis issue on his head, dandruff. It's really bad. And I don't feel like being gross at this moment. Maybe later on in the show for a different reason. But right now, I don't feel like being gross. I went and purchased medicated shampoo. I go, okay, now what you need to do is you need to wash your. I actually said this. You need to wash your head often with this, and it will alleviate that issue. Okay. He hasn't done it once. Supposedly, he takes like hand soap, squirts it in his hand, and rubs it on his head. Okay. So Diana, she goes to Kentucky with Mimi. That's the cousin. And so it's Diana, Mimi, and the NFK. They go down there, and there was an incident where apparently similar. Outside all day on a boat, sitting by a campfire. There's a large odor of ball. Smells like balls and body odor and asshole. And Diana's, they're getting ready to leave. And Diana's grossed out. And she goes, "Hey, he puts on the same, he sleeps in the clothes. The dude sleeps in his shorts and tank top that he stunk in. Gets up, is like, time to start the day." And Diana says, "Okay, I want you to change your," he puts on this, he's got the same clothes on. She says, "Hey, I want you to put this shirt on." He goes, "Oh, no, I already changed my clothes." She goes, "Well," or no, she says, I want you to go clean up. You got it. I'm not going to be in a car with you for 10 hours. You smelling like a filthy ball sack. No, I already got dressed. And she says, "Okay." Unbelievable. So she walks away. And then the cousin, Mimi, I guess, starts kind of leaning into him a little bit with the old, "Hey, about the importance of cleaning." Diana walks back into the room, and I guess the NFK goes, "Shh, shh, shh," to Mimi so Diana won't hear it. And Diana says, "What's that all about?" "No, I don't. If I walk into a conversation that you're shh about, okay, this is clearly important." So then they had it out. It wasn't a fight, but the ladies tag teamed him about this, getting down to very specific, intricate details about, "Hey, this needs to change." And they, okay, it's, and I guess I would be more like, why is this happening? And I guess we still don't know as of this point. But during the discussion, I guess it became known that in the past he stopped doing this because he couldn't lift his leg over a bathtub because of his legs are wonky. So he started sponge bathing it. That's why we average one shower every 118 days. Well, Diana says, "Well, yeah, but a sponge bath, it doesn't work. There's a lot of that's in a pinch, okay, every day, and you don't do it every day. You're not cleaning your skin, okay. This is going to ultimately hurt you badly if you don't. So she has to break this down as to why it's important. And he's like, well, I feel like I'm in the way. She goes, I feel like I'm imposing. No, we have friggin' 5 bathrooms here. Pick one, okay? You already fire off the Hams beer shit cannon into 2 of them. Go pollute those. Who knows? Whatever. So, it's just excuse after excuse after excuse as to why he doesn't want to. He's Pigpen from fucking Peanuts. There's stink lines. No idea. And they told him straight up. They go, this is just an absolutely horrible thing. And you're in the. Diana says, look, you stink. She actually said it. You stink. Your room stinks. Everything. You're laying on the sheets where your head and face is, and there's an actual grease stain. It's like the old FBI thing with the dead bodies laying on the ground. You see the outline of the person. It's like that, and I'm so not even kidding. So, this was a long time coming, and then they even went so far as to say, and then the other thing is, Diana's like kind of pissed in this. She's reporting to me, and I'm so glad that family members did this. I mean, I am, but it's by marriage. This is his sister, okay? And they're actually saying, we already buried one. Can you imagine if we have to bury another because he didn't wash his asshole or brush his teeth because he got some type of horrible infection, which is not beyond the realm of possibility. So there's, and besides, they're like, it's just gross. It's just absolutely horrible. So they had this discussion, and then Diana even says, she goes, and you haven't brushed your teeth in a year. Since you've lived here, you haven't brushed your teeth. And he goes, she goes, when was the last time you brushed your teeth? And he goes, a week ago. She goes, bullshit. You have not brushed your teeth. So, that's where we are. Imagine, of all of the preventable issues in the world to keep your, all the things to keep yourself healthy or that could cause you trouble, the fact that this is actually a thing is incredible. So this is the first time that I haven't had to have been involved. Okay. So I say to her, I go, well, what do I need to do? She goes, nothing. It's all taken care of. I go, well, okay. But, so like yesterday, I noticed he came home and something seemed off. And, then, he said, hey, he actually said to Diana, I am taking a shower tonight. And, he did. He actually took a shower. He bathed. And I go, well, what about the teeth? Because she goes, when's the last time you brushed your teeth? A week ago. She goes, bullshit. He goes, well, I only like soft toothbrushes. And she's like, well, yeah, okay. If that's the case, and that's another bullshit excuse of yours, you've been to the store. You could have purchased a soft toothbrush. You have not. You haven't brushed your teeth in God knows when. Now there are people, okay, in the Amazon rainforest who are part of the Yanomama Indian tribe who sit there with like a bone through their nose, who wash their asshole and brush their teeth. So this is unbelievable. Oh. So I said to Diane, I go, well, okay, so there's the shower. What about the teeth? What about the medicine on the feet? What about the scalp appropriate shampoo? She goes, baby steps. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Since you've ripped the Band-Aid off, I'm kind of thinking we have like a bodily checklist, like every day, or a dry erase board, like almost like this is a workplace with like squares, and he has to put a check mark, like washed asshole, washed hands after shitting, brushed teeth, used medicated shampoo, put the foot medicine on. Because when we went to the podiatrist, because his foot looks like a fish, his feet look like fish. I'm not kidding you. They have scales. The doc said, okay, you need to wash your feet twice a day. Every time you wash your feet, you need to put this medicine on. It's a cream. And that should relieve you of the callus issue. He goes, okay, great. and then he never opened the package because he doesn't wash his feet. Why even go to the foot doctor once a month? They're just going to look at your feet and say, yeah, they look the same as you did when you came here the first time. Are you not using the? And so he lies. Oh yeah, I use it. He doesn't. Fucking horrible. So because the Queen of the Forest and Mimi ripped the Band-Aid off, that now sets us up for the next time. And just basically saying, okay, since Diana explained this to you, I feel like I can now go down this road with a little bit more courage because, I think the thing that kept me from ever wanting to say something was just nobody wants to have that awkward conversation, one adult to another, to say, hey, wash your asshole. But now I don't feel nearly as apprehensive about wanting to do that after they did it. So they are pioneers in asshole washing, and they need to be applauded. We need to honor this day. That would be, I guess that happened on, let's see, yesterday was the 19th. I guess that would be the 18th or the 17th. I'll get the official day, and we can celebrate. Like Independence Day, you celebrate it every year, and whatever. With Independence Day, we can say this would be asshole washing Independence Day, perhaps. I don't know, an honored celebration. My God. And, the idea that he's like, well, I don't want to impose. It's like, no. You're not imposing when you wash your asshole. You're imposing when I smell your asshole. That's imposing. You taking care of your body is not imposing on anyone. You're not in the way. If your asshole smell is in the way, that's imposing. Make no mistake. I want you here for the rest of your life. I don't care. I have a golden scenario here. You have everything in place for you to live out your days. But I don't want to see your sister upset because you died from a filthy asshole. And leading up to that, I don't want to smell your filthy asshole. I mean, seriously, this guy is at risk for all sorts of terrible things that could happen to him. I mean, rotting teeth lead to death. That can be a big problem, especially if you're the type of person to not take care of it. I mean, how the hell are we supposed to know if you've got an abscessed tooth or something like that and you get a fucking blood infection? I'm a little embarrassed, though, that it's taken this long to have this type of asshole washing intervention, I mean, my God. Jesus. Oh. So that has been kind of like burning on the brain since it all happened. Third shower this year. That is incredible. Lots of comments. Lots of comments. N says the lead singer of Joy Division had horrible epilepsy. He wound up killing himself because he couldn't take the seizures anymore. Thank God we don't have to deal with that. Mike says, happy late anniversary to you and the wife. I'm glad. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. All right. Based on the start of the show, Amanda says, Zane, I'm offended. She must be referencing my, I think she's kidding, but maybe not. When I was started out going down the road of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Amanda says, fatties? You mean, wait a minute. Chris says, include some fatties, all inclusive. Amanda says, fatties? You mean curvies, jackass? Well, you call it what you want, but let's be honest here. You know what's making the curves, so don't sit there and try to put a nice, fun word on it. It is what it is. Kenny tries typing another novel, but every other word has a typo in it. So you just can't read it. He then says, F it. Well, that's good news for everybody. Chris says, I used to be 401 pounds. I have room to talk. Amanda says, I really need to start working out again. Kenny says, Amanda, you want to compete again? Wow. Now that would be fun. The male and female heavyweights on the show going head to head, and who can lose the most fat. I'm telling you, you too, if you put your mind to it, have potential to drop like 900 pounds. N says, Zane, look at it like this. Remember the story that you did a while back with the 80-year-old Iranian guy who never bathed? It could be worse. Well, the thing is, though, the Iranian guy's not living in my house. Michael Ball is in the house. By the way, the website, the fundraising website is done. I just have not published it yet for the big race between Mike and myself. So I'm also going to reach out to sponsors to help me come up with gift cards for winners. That is in the works. All right. Well, you got an active group here today. Look at all these comments. Holy cow. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Kenny says, that's fucked up, man. 900 pounds. Get the fuck out of here. Well, whatever it is. Who knows? 900, 100, 200, 300. Who cares? You both need to lose it. I guess the point of all that is, that will cause you to have a shorter life. At the end of the day, everybody knows there are no elderly round people. They die young. It's harder on your body. So, we want you around. So there you go. You're going to have to turn that around. Unless you like to shorten your fucking lifestyle or shorten your lifespan. Jesse says, no idea how people can stand themselves without bathing. I can't go more than a day. I just feel disgusting, even if I don't smell like balls. All right, so that is the big thing going on right now in this household. The NFK has taken shower number 3. Amanda says, yes, 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 yell at me. Okay, sometimes you need that person to bash you over the head. So, I guess when you look at it at the end of the day, everybody wants you to be part of the group and live a long life. You've got people that care about you, people that love you, right? Well, when you sit down with somebody and say, "Hey, what do you say you lose a few pounds?" and they go, "I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to get up and do anything." Yeah, okay. So you don't want to, right? Yeah, exactly, man. I just don't feel like it. This is anybody. It could be anybody. Hypothetical person. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and drop the nuclear bomb on you. Do you like interacting with your kids? Do you love your kids? Yeah. Do they love you? Yeah. Well, what if I told you you had it well within your power to live longer? What? You mean like go from 80 to 90? Oh, no. You're not going to hit 80. You're going to hit about 54. What? Yeah. Well, you see, you're morbidly obese. And you know what that word morbid is about? Death. Why do you think they call it morbidly obese? That's what you're doing. The word morbidly is based in the word morbid. Definition 1, characterized by or appealing to an abnormal and unhealthy interest in disturbing and unpleasant subjects, especially death and disease. Also, of the nature of or indicative of disease. Then there's a sentence underneath it. The treatment of morbid obesity. Other words around it are ghoulish, macabre, unhealthy, gruesome, grisly, grotesque, diseased, pathological, sick, unwholesome, horrible, ghastly. Those are similar words. Opposite words, according to Webster's, wholesome and healthy. You're going to die. Congratulations. You've got about 10 more years of podcast listening, you fat fuck. So go move. All right? Nicholas says, isn't the majority of the country obese, though? Yeah, I know. That's why we have a healthcare crisis, you fat bastard. Dean adds, get your heart rate up and drink lots of water. That's great advice. Amanda says, I'm scared now with a winky face. So there you go. The good news is you can still turn it around. The body can fix this. Yesterday was a pretty damn solid day for your old pal, Eric Zane. Got the workout in. Feeling good. Mile 1 came through at a 7:52. Still slow as hell. Second mile, 7:43. Today, 5 mile. Zone 2. No big deal. Good recovery run. Amanda says, but I hate cardio. Well, okay, well, then you hate living, all right? If you can't muster up 30 minutes to walk around the block, well, then you have you have no reason to live here on Earth if you can't muster 30 seconds around the block, you two fat bastards. Fucking get on it. Stevie says, how do you run in the heat? Well, first of all, I run at night. I mean, it's 8 or 9 o'clock at night when I'm doing it. Dean says maybe the government should mandate weight like they are trying to force us to take an experimental vaccine. Yeah, maybe. Because they're both good for you, you stupid bastard. I see what you're trying to do there. Stevie says, not safe for women to run at night. Well, yeah, but you have a husband, so get his fucking ass moving too. Or do it in the morning. Yeah, this group has a lot of excuses. What the fuck? What are you guys doing? I can't do it in the morning. I can't do it at night. I can't do it because I don't like this. I can't do it because I don't like that. I hear a lot of, I can't do it. Jesus. Nathan says, hey, we can tell you, you can tell you've been running. Can see it in your face. Really? Keep it up. We'll call you the ball, and then we'll call you Ball Slayer. Yeah, I don't know, man. Kenny says, I'm going to fucking do it. Now, that's the attitude. That's what I love to hear. All right? That is sweet. Nick says, I think Garrett gave me some motivation. I'll be taking a walk through the grocery store later. Does disc golf count as exercise? Well, yeah, if you're constantly moving. And maybe like when you're going from point to point, walk a double time a little. All right? You don't need to train for a marathon to get this shit done. Just fucking walk. Don't eat like a cock. Don't eat like me. Actually, I had a pretty good day yesterday. I'm taking a day at a time when it comes to losing the weight that I have. 175 right now. I'm going to race at 155 in just under 12 weeks. All right. The Open and the live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Brought to you by great sponsors. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. If you need to get your AC repaired or you want to have an AC unit installed, and God knows you should, there's nothing worse than walking into a steamy house trying to sleep in a hot house. Oh, jeez. Talk about making a stain on the bed. Nothing worse than waking up in a flop sweat. Jesus. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Excuse me, I don't know what my problem is. 8579. If you need an after-hour service call, too, that's going to cost you $125 just to get his Mexican ass in the door. But what the hell? 616-516-8579. He can help you out in a pinch. Installing the Comfort Maker brand of air conditioners, the best in the business. It's the Cadillac of air conditioners and furnaces. The Comfort Maker, 616-516-8579. All right, before I talk about the swimsuit issue, which is absolute bullshit, Blue Frost IT. Now, this is the number one tech company for projects and managed work. What does that even mean? Okay, let's say you have a small business and you want to upgrade your tech because everything's slow. Your employees think you're a loser as a boss because everything's slow. Mention to the boss, Blue Frost IT, or hopefully you are the boss. Because if you want to get an upgrade, you sit down for a complimentary consultation with Alan from Blue Frost IT. He talks to you about how shitty everything you have is, and then he's going to talk about upgrading it. He's going to price that all out. You're going to say, all right, pay for it, do it. He buys it, he sets it all up, and boom, you're off and running. Maybe your workplace needs to be retrofitted to support all of that. Maybe new line drops in the walls, whatever it may be. That's a project. You're moving locations. He can do all of that for you. You're upgrading an old location. He can do that for you. Once it's all set up, sign up for managed IT service provider work with Blue Frost IT. Which reminds me, I got to pay my bill. He's the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. If anything goes south, I call him, and boom. He's already up to speed. He can log into my own computer, take it over remotely, and fix it. Okay? I don't really have to do anything with him because everything he got for me is pretty much brand new for the most part. It's about a year and a half old, but it's fantastic. But if there's any problems, he's my guy. And it doesn't cost me that much to have my own tech department. And that's what I want you to do if you have a business. So finally, for a small and medium-sized business, you can have a tech department, and you don't have to worry about a Paulie in accounting to take care of it for you or take all your shit over to Best Buy. That's stupid. Reach out to Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550 in West Michigan, or online at bluefrostit.com. Hang on a second. I need a drink. Yes, this is my... I've got this little baby French bulldog on it, Donald Duck and Stitch, along with flowers and a Hope College sticker. Definitely not my bottle, but who cares? All right. Excuse me. All right. The Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue is, it's horrible. Let's see. Before I get into that, $150 trip charge, $125 an hour is what Joe Martinez says. So I guess I messed that up. After hours, $150 just to get Joe in the door, and then $125 an hour. The Duchess of New Jersey is down 32 pounds. She says, all I've done is walk and watch what I eat. Wow. That's awesome. Kate says, not trying to be braggy, just to show that it's inexpensive. Didn't cost her anything. Nick says, Joe, he gets it wrong every time. Good thing you're around. All right, well, now I know. Drinking lots of water, too? Yep. She says, drinking so much water. Chris says, you're not being braggy. You inspire. Kenny says, yeah, it makes a big difference, but damn it sucks always needing to pee as often as Eric does. Well, it's because you can't find your dick. Amanda says, I watch what I eat before I put it in my mouth. Ben Glaze says, team bitch tits. Yeah, Ben needs to do something too, man. You know it's bad when that fat, giant tittied bitch has to wear a fucking hoodie in the middle of the summer. My God. All right. Enough about you guys and your tits. Let's talk about famous people and their tits and how they should not be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Okay. Now, everything I'm going to say is going to be bold, offensive, and absolutely 100% true. In my opinion, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition is not a place for everyday people. It is a place for hot chicks who look absolutely magnificent. It is not a place for morbidly obese women. Okay? I'll tell you right now, there's no one in the world who looks trim and fit and says, you know what? I'm going to go for fat. I really want to improve my look and get fat. So I'm going to stop moving and eat a bunch of shit until I look like a fucking pear. No one on God's green earth has ever wanted to do that. I don't care what culture that you are in. It just doesn't exist. Except here in the U.S., because it seems that way. It seems like in an effort to be all-inclusive that we have to put women that should not be on the cover of Sports Illustrated onto the cover of Sports Illustrated in the swimsuit edition. They have gone the extra mile to be all-inclusive. Now, I don't really care. I don't sit there and say, oh, my God, this is a problem. But it's fucking bullshit. Okay? All of these women, several of them are absolutely enormous, would love nothing more than to be not enormous. And if they say to you, no, man, I like it this way, they're fucking lying. I'm just saying it the way it needs to be said. And that's as bold and loud and obnoxious as possible. Okay? I am not buying Sports Illustrated saying, that's it. We've decided what we're going to do is be inclusive. No, bullshit. We need to go back to the women that made that magazine great. Okay? Absolutely perfect. Those women inspire me, and I'm not even kidding you. When I see what they look like, I'm like, you know what? In order for me to actually be motivated, I need to see someone like that who's worked their ass off to look that good, okay? Because it isn't easy. All these fat asses have to do is eat like a dick, throw on a stupid swimsuit that they should not be in, and then get their picture taken. It's horrible. Okay, so in this effort to be all-inclusive, let me show you example one of things that should not be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And number one is, I'm not sure what she does. I think plays tennis. If anybody could help me out, I would love that. This is, and Kate says, no one needs to be body shamed, though. Yeah, whatever. Okay, great. Yeah, but at the same time, this isn't. This is all about you. You shouldn't be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Nobody wants to see Naomi Osaka. No one wants to see Naomi Osaka on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Okay? Because this is that she's worthy of being excellent in her sport and holding trophies over her head. But nobody wants to see this, okay? And she's trying to distract us with these enormous earrings in there that look ridiculous. But this, in my opinion, has no business being on the cover of Sports Illustrated. No. I'm sorry. You do not have the right stuff to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Rick says, I'd hit it. That's just my opinion. All right. Megan Thee Stallion is also on the cover of Sports Illustrated. What do you think of that? Now, Megan is, I guess you could actually say curvy. I mean, she's fatter than the average person. But I think she's actually pretty. I think of all the women, I think there is potential for her. I still don't think she should be on the cover of it. But Megan Thee Stallion is actually pretty good looking. All right. But for me personally, down here in this region, it's just a lot of power in there. I think that it's just a matter of preference. So, I mean, Megan Thee Stallion actually gets a pass. But, I mean, if I had to choose between Megan Thee Stallion and Naomi Osaka, I mean, I think I would absolutely 100% of the time say Megan Thee Stallion needs to be on the cover over Naomi Osaka. All right. Then there's apparently there's a woman who used to be a dude. Okay. Which one is she? I don't even, it's not even worth putting on there because she looks like a woman. I mean, to me, I don't even know the chick's name. I'll probably get to it at some point in the story, but she looks like a woman. And the only thing I'm interested with in her, because if someone didn't tell you that used to be a dude, you wouldn't know it. She actually looks like a beautiful woman. But all I'm interested in that is whether or not you can see a crank when she's wearing a bathing suit. And that's the first thing I do is look right at her crotch every time to see if you can see if it looks like she's smuggling grapes. And it doesn't. So I don't know if she's doing the Silence of the Lambs tuck job, or if she actually had a procedure done to make that legit. All right. So there's that. Now, as I indicated, Sports Illustrated has decided that they want to be all-inclusive. They're showing off a rainbow of plus-size models, moms, and entrepreneurs. Miami-based actress and model Sage Nicole, who looks like a crack whore, it says stunned in a string bikini. I take it back. She's not the one that looks like a crack whore. The 57-year-old one has no business being there. It looks like she's going through some type of osteoporosis. She describes herself on Instagram as the oldest, shortest swim Sports Illustrated rookie ever. Yeah, you should not be on there. She looks okay for a 57-year-old mom, but she should not be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. In fact, let me just share this right here so we can get a little bit more examples of problems I have with the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. All right. This is the article that I'm taking it from. Okay. I'm going to quickly go over this. And I've got the cursor going from the bottom row to left to right. And if you're listening to the audio podcast, you'll have to just click on the link, and then you can follow along. But I'm going bottom row left to right. Yes, 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 I guess. But you're a little short. Yes, no, absolutely not. Yes. Now I'm going back left to right, other side. Absolutely not. No. Yes. Yes. No. No. 57-year-old, no way. She looks like a teacher. I can't tell her. I think she might be gigantic. No, absolutely not. Yes. So we got no. I'll tell you what. I'm going to be no. 5 no's, 6 no's, 7 no's. That's way too many no's. That is a problem. Not acceptable for the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. Okay, these two. Yeah, absolutely. Sage Nicole's absolutely beautiful. I love her. This is a 57-year-old who looks like she's got scoliosis. No. Sorry, not happening. She looks great for a 57-year-old. She should not be here. Okay, problems. Sorry, I don't think that this is acceptable. Personal chef Chelsea Heath. No way. And then this is absolutely disturbing. Amanda Kay is disrupting my brain. Look at this. This is so fucked up. No. Fuck that. No. Ugh. The look at the caption here. Plus size model Amanda Kay wailing. They use the word wailing down the runway. This is not cool. Okay? Not acceptable. Oh, God, does this bum me out? What is going on here? Sorry, folks, but I am not buying this. Lots of problems with the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. Now, the Duchess, Kate, says, coming from the guy who thinks that Gretchen Whitmer is hot. Well, look, yeah, maybe. But at least if you tell me she's not hot, she's ugly, I'm not going to go, ah! The only reason why they're putting these ugly women in that magazine is to try to tap in to that marketing environment of they think that there's more money to be made in being inclusive. They're not doing it because it's the right thing to do or because it looks good. There is a mountain of money to be made with this being inclusive horse shit. And I'm just telling you, there's a time and a place for it. You can have being inclusive when it comes to maybe a kid who's got a disability or something like that so that he feels like he's part of the team and stuff like that. But this is not the place to encourage the environment of inclusivity. I want less inclusivity when it comes to the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. When we're looking at Naomi, when the best looking woman on the cover of Sports Illustrated used to be a dude, that's when we have a fucking problem. Okay? That is an absolute problem. Try to prove me wrong. How can you argue that? The best looking woman on the cover of Sports Illustrated used to be a dude. What the hell is happening here? My God. Amanda says she wasn't a dude. I don't think so. Sports Illustrated, transgender. Yeah. Lena Bloom is her name. She is absolutely the first trans cover star. Lena Bloom is. And I'm going to pull some pictures up, show you what I mean about her. Lena Bloom. Hold on a second here. Apologize for this. Amanda, again, running her mouth, having no idea what the hell she's talking about. Yeah, enough from you. Now, actually, this cover of her, Lena Bloom, to me, that's a bad look. Whenever you have that straight-faced, pissed-off look, I hate it. I'm a sucker for a smile. And I don't know. That cover I don't like. I think that if you're going to have Lena Bloom, you need this. I mean, this is super pretty. I just can't what I struggle with when I see a person like her, I'm always kind of trying to imagine her without fancy hair, and all I see is like a guy who's like chopping wood or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's like she's 99% there. Let's see. Okay, here you go. This is a great shot right here. So if you look in this region, there is nothing going on here. There is no package whatsoever. So we have an absolutely perfect job when it comes to making this man into a woman. Absolutely stunning. If I was single, I would and Lena Bloom came up to me and said, "Take me home and put it to me." I would say, absolutely. Let's go have some sex. Look at her. Hold on. Look at that. Beautiful smile. Absolutely gorgeous lady. Look at her. Prove me wrong. How can you say she is not absolutely beautiful? My God. All right. You see, even if they had 15 people that used to be dudes and are now chicks, and they all were of the quality of Lena Bloom, I would say yes. But all of these other assholes have no business being there. I don't want to see giant fat thighs touching all the way down to the ankles, okay? I don't want to see a lady that needs a scooter to get around Walmart wearing a bikini. That's fucking sick, okay? No. And I sure as hell don't want to see Naomi Osaka and her fried egg boobs on the cover of the fucking thing. All bullshit, okay? All right. I think I got Kate all riled up. I don't know what her problem is. Hold on a second. Kate, I'm going to give you an opportunity to express yourself here. How does that? You better be able to bring it too, because I'm calling you right now because you seem to be all butthurt by the fact that I've been taking a run at these gross women. I mean, Kate, let me put it to you this way. If there's a magazine that has a bunch of hot dudes in it, do you want to see a fat guy? Is that what you're telling me? Perfect opportunity for you to explain yourself here.
Oh, better bring it.
Yeah. Hey, Kate, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Eric?
Never better. It's good to hear your voice. Congratulations on 32 pounds.
Oh, thank you. I still have a bit of a way to go, but I'm happy with that.
So, you seem to be taking umbrage with my stance on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Well, so I'm yes and no on it, and I'm not waffling. I understand everybody has their preference, but you go off about guys shouldn't be on the cover if they're trans, so no trans women. But then you spent time going on about how sexy this trans person was, and then you said that poor curvy girl, and not she. I don't think she's fat. I mean, she's definitely curvier than some of the other models that are ridiculously thin. I think almost bony. I'm not understanding how you're picking your models as yes, no. I guess it's visual for you.
Yeah, well,
I guess, floats your boat.
It's okay. Right now, as we talk, I'm going to the picture of the woman that Are you talking about Amanda Kay here? If you can see on the screen.
I can't.
Okay.
I know it was when you did the group shot. It was the woman that was in the red.
Oh yeah, that is the Asian woman. I think that's Amanda Kay. Hold on a second here. Yeah, that group shot is.
I'm watching on an iPad, so I can't.
Yeah, I know. Okay, the girl in the red. No, that I take it back. That is not Amanda Kay, but she's just as gigantic. Yeah, yeah.
I wish I was that freaking gigantic. I would love to look like that. Let's go with that. But
all right,
and again, there's different looks for everybody.
Right. But you're not.
And you think
there.
Gretchen's hot, so
yeah. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, I mean, what my point is, well, Well, first of all, the person that used to be a dude and is now a chick, you would never know it. So she, if in my opinion, so I could see her being on it. Also, it's interesting to see how much to me, it's almost like it's interesting to see how much she looks like a chick more than she looks like a dude. Okay, it's like, and I'm looking to see if I can see balls. I'm looking to see if I can see anything that makes it look like she's a dude, but or used to be a dude.
There is wonderful Photoshop, but I'm thinking if you have
right,
you become a woman and you're going to go on Sports Illustrated, I'm thinking things are taken and removed and adjusted appropriately.
I think it
would.
You're
not doing that half-assed. You're going to go 110% out. Take everything away.
I honestly think that it would sell more magazines if like a big dick flopped out. Can you imagine?
That's a different magazine. That's a different sale. I'm thinking.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if I'm watching, looking at the cover, and I see Lena Lena Bloom, and they didn't Photoshop out the balls, I'm gonna actually buy the magazine, because not that I love seeing penis. It's just, oh my God, look at this! It's fantastic.
Who would you say? Was it Lena? Did you say Lena Dunham? Is that her name?
No, reference? Lena Bloom is her name.
Oh.
So.
Sorry.
No. That's all right. But
complete misunderstanding. Two completely different people.
Yes. And it, I just, I think that for some reason, Sports Illustrated feels the need to they've gotten away from what the magazine was all about initially, and that was to put these swimsuit models on there. They're not swimsuit models; they're just everyday chicks. And I don't walk around say, "Hey, man, let's go look at some fat moms." I don't do it. I mean, and I think that. The fact that they're getting all different age ranges, they're getting women who aren't professionals in this position in any way, shape, or form. Some of them are, but a lot of them aren't. And I don't know. I would be okay if they did all different ethnicities as opposed to body types. In my opinion, no one goes and strives to be fat. There's no one on the planet that says, "Hey, man, I'm in great shape, but my goal is to get gross." Nobody does that.
Well, comparing some of the models to like Walmart scooter fat, I think is unfair, because they're certainly not at that level. But are they what was? I mean, if you look back at if you compare like maybe Sports Illustrated other covers and the swimsuit issues like in years past, I mean, there's obviously a change in the culture of the look of the women. In the 80s, I mean, the 80s models were not as thin and scrawny as the 90s models. So, I mean, there's an evolution. But, I mean, I think this is all about Sports Illustrated just desperate for someone to buy the magazine. So they're going to put everybody in it in the hopes of getting everybody to buy it. But frankly, who's buying magazine? Who literally buys a magazine anymore? I don't. I'm not buying it because of that. And maybe all their relatives will, but I'm not buying any magazines anyway. So, and there's so many ways to look at any type of woman or man, that you want to look at. There's plenty of opportunity to find it on the net. Probably within 10 seconds, you can find hundreds of sites to review anything you want. But,
right. And,
Sports Illustrated's trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, I can't blame them for trying, and perhaps it isn't so much buying magazines, it's checking out their online platform, because no one, even if you're interested in the story, you're not going to go buy a magazine when you can just see everything you need to see. That's interesting. But to me, it is interesting. But I don't think it's because American tastes are changing. Culturally, like you indicated, if you were to look at body types from one era to another, yes, to some degree. I mean, if you were to think about Kate Upton to Kathy Ireland, it might be less ribs showing or something like that. But this is not because America's tastes are changing. These two women look like they play for the Green Bay Packers. There's no dude going, "Oh man, I really love that obese woman." Because they are obese. No matter what you tell me, they're fat. They're fat as hell. So
I don't think they're fat as hell, but you put them next to these size 2 barf machines. Yeah, they're gonna look bigger. Now, do I wish I looked like that chick in the orangey red bikini? Frick yeah, but I'm not going to stand next to these scarf and barfs right here. And I'm not, and that's body shaming. I shouldn't say that. That's mean. But these girls they're kind of aiming for that look.
It's not body shaming. Don't worry about it. We got to get back to telling people they look like shit. Okay, we must get back to that. And it is my little corner of the world that if someone says like what you said is no problem, who gives a shit? Okay, if someone's skinny and they look like fuck, tell them. If they're fat and they look like shit, she does, tell them. Okay.
Well, I will tell you, if someone comes up to me in Walmart and says, "You're a fat bitch," I'm going to throat punch that whore. She's going down. Screw them.
I am looking at this picture of Amanda Kay, and she looks like a pear. Okay, that is not okay. Your legs.
That is not a flattering swimsuit for her. That's just terrible.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It did her dirty.
Okay, that is obese. Okay, she wants to lose all of that, but she doesn't have the willpower, so she is like this, and she's just lucky as hell. And you know what they're doing? They're saying, you know what? And Amanda Kay, she's of Asian descent, so we got to put her. You're not putting her on there because she's of Asian descent. You're putting her on there because she's willing to wear a skimpy bathing suit, and she's fat as hell. That's why they're putting her on there. It's a freak show.
It's a freak show.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, at least there's no balls hanging out, so it's not that much of a freak show.
Yes. Okay. Let me ask you this: when you open up a magazine and you see, okay, the first 5 pages are ripped, handsome dudes, and then the next page, the guy's got like a scar on his face and he's fat as shit. You know, it looks like Kenny. Are you gonna go, wow, he's hot?
Okay, so here's how I'm gonna put that. So you look at the models and this and that, but then we're gonna flip the page and I'm gonna look at Harrison Ford, who has a scar on his face, who's old as hell, who ain't so fucking. And you know what? I love me some Harrison Ford, so I'm gonna be super happy to see that. Right. And it gets to the point you don't. It's maybe it's eye candy, but I don't care. I don't think those are for regular folks. I think a lot of those looks are not attainable.
If I owned Sports Illustrated, I would say swimsuit issue, no fat asses allowed, or no. It'd be like it'd say no fat chicks. That's what it would say. That's what I would do.
Jesus. Well, I mean, I'm for everybody. So I guess as long as Sports Illustrated is willing to add everybody to their magazine, that's what you're going to get. So,
all right.
In this time of warm, fuzzy feel goods, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, gross. All right. Okay, I love you very much. I'll see you soon, okay?
Love you too. Can't wait to see you in Jersey.
Okay, see you. Thank you. There you go, Kate. She doesn't back down, man. I saw her. She was chirping away with all these comments. I was like, all right, you pain in the ass. Let's do this. Let's do this. Jason says, what about genetics, though? I'll never be a 5'6", 175-pound Armenian jackass. There's only so much your genes will let you do. Yeah. Are you on the cover of Men's Health, though, dumb fuck? No. Are you? That's the point. The point of all this is, yeah, we're all different. I'm not going to walk around when people come over my house and say, fat, skinny. I'm not going to do any of that shit. But if Sports Illustrated says we must be inclusive and put this fat chick out there, fuck that. I'm not buying that. No way. Fuck it, man. No. All right. The great Duchess of New Jersey making a fantastic appearance on the show. That is all I have to say about the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Honestly, they're probably happy that they did this. This is if they want to get. It's kind of like a way to get talked about because to just put hot chicks on there, there's nothing. See, back when all they did was put hot chicks on, and that was. The only outlet that some of us had to see scantily clad women, that was a big deal. to see the world's most beautiful women on there. But nowadays, in order to be talked about, I guess you have to put women who are going to die in 10 years because they're going to have heart attacks, and athletes who are good at their sport but should not be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and a person who used to be a man. All right, so morbidly obese, athlete, rapper, and chick who used to be a dude. Got it. All right, fine. I want to read to you an email from, I think it's Paul wrote in again. Paul is my new favorite email. He gets a star on the forehead. Where did I have that email? As always, you can reach out, Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, which I have not done an ad for in a long time. I apologize for that, guys. So this company, Shoreliner Striping, they're a bunch of American Hockey League referees and linesmen. And if you're a ref or linesman in the American Hockey League, that's not your only career because you don't make enough money. And all these guys are trying hard to get to the show. Now, the guy who runs the place, Tim Mayer, he's kind of like, he's gone about as far as you can as an American Hockey League referee. He actually makes a pretty good living. But he's got a side hustle. That's actually his number one, and that is striping, Shoreliner striping. He, at the last Winter Olympics, he went to Korea as one of the refs. Tim Mayer did. But this is his business. He stripes parking lots. So if you're in, I think he travels well outside of West Michigan. You can reach out to him on his website, shorelinerstriping.com. To get a quote and to see if he'll travel to your area. But if you have a parking lot and people drive in and all the yellow lines are faded and gone because the parking lot's worn out, looks like shit, okay, you need to have that thing redone. So let's say you get the parking lot redone. Who's going to stripe it? Shoreliners. That's who stripes it. Or perhaps it's not in that bad a shape. It just needs a new striping. Have them show up there, sweep it out, and then stripe it. Shorelinerstriping.com. Make a great first impression with the people that are visiting your business by making sure that it's painted up the way it needs to be. And again, they also sweep parking lots if you need that service done, or athletic fields can be painted. The website, it's all shorelinerstriping.com. Or just click on their logo at ericzaneshow.com. And Paul wrote again. I read an email from him yesterday. He was the one who was super critical about the Free Beer and Hot Wings show. He said, I've had it. I can't take it anymore. I think he went down the road of, I listened to Free Beer and Hot Wings since the days of when you had the wheel of what would Joe do, and then he very cleverly wrote, and I just thought this was funny. Now they need a wheel of what will anyone do. Oh, my God. He says, these are his words, because in the last year, it's been nothing. They have absolutely mailed it in. It's unlistenable, according to Paul, and actually makes me mad because I've listened for so long. He says he does like the trivia game, and I got more than one person say that they actually like the trivia game. He writes, I cannot name that blank or go around the room even one more time. Instead of a Friday flashback, maybe do something that creates a flashback for the future. It's old and tired, especially for us long-timers. He then very kindly says, your show is the future. You work hard at it and have effort, and it comes through. I needed more content, and I really like Ben. I tell you what, we get enough people on Patreon, and Ben can be a regular here in the morning. Can you imagine that? You two together are funny. I would never consider that unless I could actually pay him. I can handle once a week. I can't handle every day. Favorite BBL moment was when you and Ben beat the shit out of the guy that came to Grand Rapids for that show, Man versus Food. Well, he wrote back because I read his email. Hey, dude, that was cool. You read my email on the Patreon. I loved that. That caught me by surprise and was really stoked. Made my day. I was just catching up on it because, I'm a member now. I feel pretty good about that. Which more people should be, he adds. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will try to push some your way. Anyway, that dude, Ed, that was threatening the absolute wrong people to get his stimulus check. Okay. That is about the guy who lives somewhere where I do, Granville, Michigan. Well, I live in Hudsonville. Granville's a couple cities over. This is the old fucker who apparently he was to get a stimulus check. It didn't come in because the friend of the court took it. So I don't know what the fuck happened, but usually if the friend of the court has taken your money, there's a reason for it. You're a deadbeat, right? Now, I don't know that for sure, but if the friend of the court's involved, well, idiot decides to call his local representative. And he calls a wrong number and gets some other office and an aide picking up the phone. And this is right after the people stormed the Capitol in Michigan, all those stupid idiots. And he goes, what do I got to do? Come down there with my AR-15 and shoot, or whatever. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it wasn't good. And he got in trouble for that. And they had a trial, and somehow this dumbass was acquitted. In my opinion, he shouldn't have been. Paul knows the guy. That dude, Ed, was threatening the absolute wrong people to get his stimulus check and had to go to Granville trial court. I know him. He lives in my neighborhood. He's actually a pretty sweet old guy. I know, sounds crazy. He lives by himself with this beautiful blondish white husky that he walks religiously by my house. That old girl would be lost without him. She is by his side like a magnet. I honestly do not know what crawled in his brain that day that he made that call. I kind of think he didn't have anyone to bounce it off of to help with the situation. I showed the story to my wife. She was even pretty shocked. He's always extremely polite to her. If he owed child support, then for sure take the money. Nobody will argue that. I have a feeling everyone was getting money, and those that didn't might not have known why. Anyway, that was a crazy time. We had other stupid fucks plotting to kidnap the governor and others going to Lansing with guns in tow. An abundance of showing of dimness in our state, so people were slightly out of sorts. Anyway, he's talking about yesterday. Super podcasting today. Tons of energy. Thank you. I love Paul. He says nothing but nice things to me. Some amazing stories. You're the best. Sign, Coop. The Coop. Thank you, Paul. All right. So there you go. As always, you can reach out to me. I love to read emails. I don't get enough of them. I think I've got another one that I want to feature later. Now I'll feature it now. It's from Justin. Justin calling back to my Facebook post a week and a half ago that caused all sorts of turmoil between these from all these fragile flowers who were so visibly upset because of a joke. Stupid ride at the dumb festival up north is rocking. So the comment, Carney Hillbilly ride goes bonkers at Hillbilly convention. Dirt people rush to help. Everybody was ruined by that. Threatened to kick my ass. Oh, God. As usual, threatening me with various stupid things and saying, hey, what do you expect? You got fired. Yeah, well, I got fired, and it wasn't for lack of trying. The getting fired part was because I had been doing what I'd been doing for the previous, 30 years. So there's that. All right. Anytime I get fired or they talk about me getting fired, it's always like, yeah, haha, you got fired. Yeah, you realize I got fired for making fun of a guy's pants. It's not like I said, I hate blacks, you dumb fuck. So go fuck yourself. Justin writes, good evening, Eric. I'm writing this to let you know that the dirt people have mobilized and are now moving into our town for yet another fancy hillbilly festival. Yeah, I think there's another one of those going on. You typical, all the carnies show up and all these rides. You get on and you put your life in jeopardy. I will be in attendance of said festival, mostly for socializing with friends and, of course, to be on standby if another ride goes haywire. I will, however, not have my child on any of those rides, as I feel he would be safer at Neverland Ranch or as safe as my wife meeting Bill Cosby for an autograph. I wish you a good evening, and we'll let you know if anything interesting happens up here. P.S. The story about your old program director that you told with Joe Volk having sex with the marketing chick and his wife showing up was absolutely hilarious. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, that was some great. That was a great time with Joe from the world famous Joe and the Poor Boy Show. I got a lot of feedback from people who said, "I cannot believe you guys did that. That is awesome." I'm gonna have to take a pee break. Just letting you know. All right. So if I make a post on Facebook, about Sports Illustrated, you realize it's going to be bad. If I, I like to put the snarky headline in. If I do that, oh my God, people are going to lose their minds. I got to figure out a clever way to word that to piss off the most people possible. Okay. And then as soon as I post it, I can promise you, people are going to say, oh my God, yeah. Way to go. Didn't you get fired, asshole? Kyle writes, isn't Ottawa County having their fair this week? More dirt people. Kenny says Free Beer and Outwing Show doesn't deserve you. Well, I don't know if that's the case, but it would never work ever anymore. You need to understand that show now is it should be called the Ace and TJ Show minus the hillbilly accents. That is what you call, they've changed the format of the show, and it's worked out for them because they've actually been able to add radio stations. And I know from working with them that that's the only concern. It doesn't matter if the radio stations don't actually pay any money. Those are called barter agreements. If you see, oh my God, big news, we just added 5 stations. These radio stations don't actually pay cash. It's called a barter. The show is allowed to put advertisement on there, and that's how they get paid. It's kind of wonky. I always hated that. We went from when we were working without COSAN, we would actually get stations to pay us a fee, like a cost to carry the show. And as soon as COSAN gets in, it's like, oh yeah, we're wiping out all these fees. Why? Well, otherwise that's the only way to get new stations. Offer a free show. What? Besides, this person says Adnan, whatever. I can't even say your name. Wait a minute. How do you Nevasinjak? Adnan Nevasinjak? What I do, calling it like I see it and pissing people off, does not work in the format of the show now. That is what you call an AC show. Or hot hits type of zoo show. That's what type of show that is. So me going on there and saying no fat chicks on the cover of Sports Illustrated, it's impossible. It would never ever fly. Now they're what they're doing now is more mass appeal and safe. They're not actually going to express an opinion on that show anymore. Okay. You're going to have some funny moments once in a while. It's going to take a long time to get to those. But at the end of the day, they're just cashing checks. Okay? Say it for what it is. All right. Breaking news. First of all, Adnan says, thanks for not butchering my name. Adnan The real only reason why I know the name Adnan is from that podcast Serial. Wasn't that guy who was in jail for murder? Wasn't his name Adnan? Adnan Nevasinjak? Nevasinjak? Sounds very ethnic to me. Did I say that right? You said thanks for not butchering my name. I'm curious if you're kidding or not. I like to pride myself if I can actually pronounce the names. Yeah, I don't think you're the guy that's actually the murderer in Serial, but that's the only way I know that name. The breaking news on Kenny is this line right here. The girl I'm seeing. I'll get to the rest of the post in a second. The girl I'm seeing? Whoa! That is breaking news. The girl I'm seeing said she's listened to Free Beer and Hot Wings some here and there in recent years. I've already explained to her why I don't, told her how much fun it used to be and why. Gave her some examples of classic Zane stuff, and she laughed at them all. She didn't listen prior to 2016, so all new to her. Yeah, if you're a new audience member there, you're like, oh, wow, this is a fun show. Wow, this is nice and fresh. I like this. Adnan says 100% correct on the pronunciation. Fuck yes. Reason why I'm happy about that is because whenever I do hockey games, I always try to hey, is this how you say? There'll be times when a player will come in a penalty box and I'll say, hey, is this how you say your name? And he'll say, yes. LOL. Check your text messages, bro. Kenny writes. Oh my God. She is a doll. Dude, you better not fuck this up. Holy shit. What an absolute beautiful face. Look at her. She's got nice teeth. Okay. That alone is reason enough. Look at those teeth. Look at how did you do this? All right. Listen to me. This is where we start. Get moving. You need to lose 300 pounds. She's obviously brain damaged or blind. If she goes to grab your dick and she grabs like a tit, that's going to be weird. So, and take her with you. Like, hey, yeah, let's go for a walk. What an absolute doll. I am so happy. Okay, don't be needy. Okay, this is what we do here. You're off to a good start. Don't be needy. No 10 text messages. Why haven't you texted me back? Shit. Fuck. None of it. Don't tell her that you try to ruin businesses with Google reviews. Just lay low. Play it cool, you fuck. Oh, my God. How? Hey, mate. Big news. I might not be coming solo to the get-together in Cookville. Dinah says you guys are going to get to Tennessee on the 30th. Would Saturday the 31st be possible for lunch in Cookville? I've already checked with Melinda and Jessica, and that day works for them. Hang on a second. We're leaving the 30th, I think. Wait a minute. No. I got to check the schedule. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right on that. I got to double check my reservation. Otherwise, maybe. I can't say right now. I would love to. Ann writes, and most importantly, Kenny, work up to anal slowly. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea. I think that's kind of a little too many steps ahead. Nick says, I was quite literally waiting for Eric to say she's obviously blind. Okay. Kenny says, we've spent every day together since Saturday. Okay. All right. I'm just saying, take it easy. Don't, if there's a day that you don't do the, oh, man, it's over, isn't it? I better go defriend some people over this. I better go fire off some Google reviews to unsuspected businesses. 1 star. Keep the car on the road. Between the lines, you fuck. Jesus. All right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about these two sponsors. I'm going to go take a pee. I'm going to come back, and we're going to crush some more podcasting. What a day. All right. First off, if you need a mortgage, no matter where you are, with the exception of Maine, South Carolina, Hawaii, and Alaska, reach out to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage to get your mortgage. And it doesn't matter if you have an absolutely picture-perfect credit score or it's shitty. Mario works with everyone. Obviously, the great credit score, that's going to be a very quick, easy process. For some of you who divorce, bankruptcy, shitty with money, you were robbed, whatever, identity theft, your credit score might stink. Some of you are just young and don't have a credit score. All right. Now, he can help most of you. Some he can't. If it's that bad, he might be like, hey, boy, there's no way. There's no way you can get a loan. He will give you advice on how to turn that around. That's a work in progress. It doesn't mean forever you won't have the ability to get a loan. So he works extra hard to get those people who are struggling into a loan. It's not going to be the best loan. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a high interest rate, but you're paying on your own property. So there you go. And after you pay on time for a couple of years, your credit score is going to improve. Refinance it with Mario. Get a better loan, lower interest rate. That's how it works. So there you go. Pay on time, credit score improves, and you've got your own property. Better than paying some sleazy landlord. Reach out to Mario at 231-332-6505, NMLS number 3035. I don't even know what the hell that means, but they make me say it. Okay. In the state of Michigan, there is one person that I want you to call on if you're in West Michigan specifically to get the right class to carry your pistol concealed. This is where I went to get my pistol license, and that is Prince Arming. Well, not every state is the same. Some states, my God, live free or die. Just basically takes you half a day to get a damn pistol license. Depends on where you are. Some states you pretty much can't. It's a very, very difficult process. If you get a pistol license in the great state of Michigan, what is the word? It has reciprocity. I think that's how you say it. Reciprocity. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. I'm kind of a stickler about saying things correctly. Yes. Reciprocity meaning the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit, especially privileges granted by one country or organization to another. Why can't I read at the same time that I'm saying I like saying the words correctly? So that means that in Michigan, if you get a pistol license, it has reciprocity in most of the other states. Now, if I have my pistol license and I got my pistol on my side and I happen to drive into Illinois, that's a problem. I cannot do that. You got to take the ammunition out, take the round out of the chamber, put them in separate containers, put it in my trunk, that's the way it goes. If I go to New Jersey, same thing. If I go to New York, same thing. If I go to California, same thing. There's some other one. There's some others too, but I don't know what the hell they are. So that's how it works. Figured I'd just give you a little tutorial on reciprocity. But for the most part, I carry my pistol with me everywhere I go. The only time I have to clean it from time to time because it gets too much dust on it. I need to shoot it more when I'm up north. I got to work on my target practice. The next class is a week from today. I want you to sign up. It's over 2 Tuesdays. So class 1 is next Tuesday in Holland, Michigan. Class costs you $125. You're going to watch a movie, Q&A. You're going to talk to a lawyer who's going to speak. You're going to have range time. You're going to shoot. You're going to figure out what type of gun you want. Some of you ladies want a smaller gun, maybe a small 38. You don't even need a gun to take the class. You can borrow one of Steve's. He's got all the different calibers of weaponry to practice with to find out what you like. This is the first thing you need to do is take the class. Then the following Tuesday, 4 more hours of classwork. You get your little thing that says you passed. You take it to your county in Michigan. Sign up for a license and do a little background on you in a matter of weeks. You get the license show up in the mail. And you carry that thing concealed. I love carrying my pistol concealed. I'm not one. Look, why do you people like to carry it open carry? All you're doing, first of all, you're a target. If you go to a place where a bad guy is and he sees you have your gun, he still has the drop on you. He's going to shoot you first, idiot. If you have it concealed, you're golden. And besides, in this day and age, if you carry your pistol open carry, you're just being an asshole because everybody around you is freaking out because of the way of the world. Get your fucking pistol license and carry it concealed. What cock carries it open carry? Yeah, that looks great. The only idiot who carries open carry is the same dumb fuck who has 15 flags on his pickup. He's got a "Don't Tread on Me." He's got like a old school Stars and Bars. He's got a Betsy Ross flag. He's got a Trump flag from 2020, the Make America Great. He's got a 2024. He's got all these fucking flags. His vehicle is actually getting half a mile per gallon because there's so much drag on the vehicle from that abundance of flags. That's got to be a conundrum for some of you. Here I am talking about how important it is you carry your pistol concealed and how important it is you to have your gun by your side. But at the same time, I'm not one of you dumb fucks with your 50 flags and your truck nuts. Eat shit. All right. Chris is brilliant. Sitting at my desk right now with my pistol on me. Nobody else needs to know that. Absolutely. You want to have the drop on the bad guy so when he's plugging people at the fucking gas station or the pharmacy or the drugstore or the shopping mall, you can just bury that hollow point bullet right through the back of his head. Anybody who carries their pistol open carry is just trying to show it off. And writes, saw this one guy at Walmart had a shiny silver 9mm on a vest holster. Trying to show off wanting someone to say something so he could use it. Idiot. Nick says, well, now the whole world knows. Chris, no, they don't. The whole world doesn't listen to this shitty podcast, dummy. All right. Patriot Nick says, are my comments visible? Yeah, but I don't feel like really reading them right now. Shut up. Are you needy or something? Are my comments visible? What? Yeah, they're visible. They suck. Shut up. Ugh. We're onto something here when members of the audience are saying, "Hey, you need to see what I said." I do. Kenny wrote, Eric, scroll up just barely and see my previous comment. That's usually a bad move. Kenny. Yeah, that. Kenny, okay. He writes, regarding me making a comment about the nice lady that he's seen's teeth. This is like 29 years and 2 days ago. Eric was as amazed at my new lady friend's teeth as he was Diana's. Weird. No, it's not, idiot. Because teeth that are nice stand out. There is nothing better. If a woman works hard to make her teeth look nice, okay, the rest of her looks beautiful. Okay? Anybody can look at a person and say, oh my God, she's beautiful. But if you really focus on particular portions of her body and she neglects them, well, then you don't want that woman around. If you look at a woman and her feet look like my brother-in-law's, get out of here. Same thing with the teeth. If she's got worms growing out of her teeth, no, not interested. And Diana has spectacular teeth, especially on that day. And you're like, Eric, what are you talking about? What? Yeah, if you need to know. The Queen of the Forest comes walking down the aisle on July 18th. July 18th, 1992. On that date, she is exactly 29 years in the future from that date. She will look her best. See what I did there? That's a clever way of saying my wife has continued to gain beauty over the years somehow. She's managed to do that. She's the only person in America that can do that. She walks down the aisle. I'm like, oh, man, here she comes. And my crank is just getting fat. It's just like sticking straight up. It's like, oh, my God. Here she comes. Oh, man, can't wait to have sex. It's going to look like a scary movie. Holy shit. Jesus, there she comes. It's just terrible that she's with her dad. If she needs to ditch her dad here. She's walking. Oh, my God. My pants are sticking out like a tent pole. I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is terrible. She comes walking up. Hang on. Put the veil over her head. I never forget how her collarbones were so accentuated because of the way the dress came down off of her shoulder. The wedding gown. So great. Can't wait to put it in you. And she smiles. And she had lipstick on. And the lipstick, she never wears lipstick. She doesn't wear much makeup. Never has. And the lipstick really made her teeth stand out, you fucking bastards. And I said, your teeth look beautiful. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, your teeth look beautiful. She thought I was nuts. What a way to start our marriage. N writes, Zane's trying to max out his Pooh Bear points like an EBT card with unlimited funds. That's a great line. Well, that's good because I lost them all yesterday. You're like, wait, what? What did you do? Yep, I lost every single Pooh Bear point yesterday. I yelled at her. Oh, my God, how the fuck can you do that? Yeah, I'm asking the same question. Hold on a second here. I'll come back with that story in a second. I'm not even done talking about Prince Arming. If you ever want to get signed up for this pistol class, all you need to do is go to princearming.com. Retired U.S. Army Major Steve Prince. princearming.com. You can call or text 616-204-1705. Or just go to princearming.com or click on his logo at ericzaneshow.com. It'll take you right to his page. Okay. I need to go. I can't hold it a second longer. Okay? Whew. Man. You guys stay right there. The length of that song is absolutely perfect for like taking a leak. Yesterday, I was seated right here. O'Neill was right here. Now, you can't see it, but this table, I guess some of you can, is okay. He's popping his head up, and I'm just petting him. No big deal. Now, if he were to jump up, this is a very light table. It would go flying if he decided that he wanted to jump up on me and say, "Hey, how you doing? You want to taste my poop breath or whatever?" The queen of the forest, my wife, I have my headphones on. She thinks, okay, entering this room is a really bad thing to do. You can't, it always scares the hell out of me. And you guys know how much I hate that. And if there's ever a time, if there's ever something you have to tell me, if it can even possibly wait, don't roll the dice of, killing me with a heart attack by walking up behind me and knocking on the door. There is no easy way. There is no way to enter this room either by whispering, sneaking up and screaming at me, pounding on the door, firing an air horn. I'm still going to be terrified with the fact that someone is in the room with me that I am not expecting. It's impossible. And I hate it. I hate being startled like that. It pisses me off is what it does. And she had to tell me something or ask me a question or something like that, something that absolutely could have waited. So that's another reason why I get pissed off. I get pissed off that A, I'm scared. I get pissed off even more that, hey, this could have waited. So she walks in behind me and she knocks on that door. Well, remember I said O'Neill is here. He jumps. When he jumps, this table goes flying. There's a fan on this table right here. It's on. It goes flying. And it's chaos. And I'm like, God damn it, what are you doing? I actually said that, which I don't like to say that often, but I did. And so she comes in here, and I've screamed at her once, and then she's looking at me like I'm crazy. And so now I've screamed at her. I've said what I've said, so that's a problem. She's standing right here. And then now the next thing I say, it's not going to matter how I say it. She's already made her mind up as to how she's going to respond. So then my next words were, and I swear to God, these are my next words. How can I help you? That's what I said. And what does she do? She goes, oh, fine. Fuck you. Fuck off. And she just wanders out. I go, well, hold on a minute. Hold on. Look, that happened. I got pissed. And then you pick up the pieces and you move on. So you had your mind made up. You're going to have a fucking temper tantrum with me, even no matter what I say. And all I said was, how can I help you? Calmly. And that's what I said. So at this point, you're just being dramatic for the sake of being dramatic. And then she said it. She goes, that's it. You lost them all. All the Pooh Bear points are gone. You actually have 0. This is rare. And I go, fine. I don't even want the fucking things. Fuck that. Fuck you. I don't want Pooh Bear points. Fuck off. That's it. She storms out of there. For all of you that think that it's a match made in heaven, I wanted to strangle her. And she wanted to kick me in the dick. It was terrible. It was awful. Oh, God. I actually need to talk to her. And now that we're well, and then we eventually made up. I went outside and I said I was sorry. And she said it's okay. And I go, how many Pooh Bear points did I really lose? She goes, all of them. So I've been trying to earn them back. So we'll see. I need to actually say to her, I go, look, we're far removed from this moment. But I just want to make it so you don't come in there. Unless someone's dead, don't come in there. No matter what, emergency or death. Like when something goes wrong with the show, sometimes I don't know it and you guys reach out to her. That's okay. That's okay to do. Or death or something like that. But to come in here and tell me something that is so not important. It doesn't matter if I'm podcasting or not. If you're going to scare the shit out of me, this is going to be a problem. I hate being scared. So knock it the fuck off. My God. Cannot stand that. I can't take it. All right. I guess in Topeka, Kansas, there is a Frito-Lay plant. They make the chips. And for one reason or another, rather than hiring more employees, the company is choosing to work their existing employees crazy amounts of time, 7 days a week. And the workers said, you know what? We've had it. This is too much. This is an amount of work that, yeah, we're getting paid for it, but it comes at great cost. And we don't want to do that anymore. Now, ultimately, the best part of this story is this guy we're going to hear from who, God, where is it? Because I can play it for you at the same time that I can play the video for you. Okay, I got it. That I can play the audio. So for those of you watching on the live stream, you'll be able to see it. But it's worth it just to hear it. This guy. It's a news story about the workers that are striking in Topeka, Kansas about this. Okay, so we're going to get to that in a second. But just so you know where these guys are coming from, as it says, many of them are working 12-hour days, 7 days a week. My God. And some haven't had a day off in 5 months. And according to the story, conditions that are quite literally killing some of them. My God. The shifts are called suicides, in which a worker will come in for 8 hours. They're forced to work 4 more hours, and then they're called in 4 hours early. leaving them only 8 hours off between shifts. Oh, my God. So that's a 16-hour day. This is how the company forces overtime to the point that many of those workers say they work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then some do the 16-hour shift. That's too much. With some not having had a day off in 5 months. Now, granted, this isn't as bad as the Burger King employees who have to work where it's 90 degrees in there. Oh, my God, where they all just quit and leave a stupid message on the sign. This actually, I agree, it is too much work. Hang on, I need water. Hang on. The company calls them squeeze shifts. But none of us has heard that term before. They call them suicides. Because somebody actually has. They say they're just trying to make it sound better. What prompted the letter was workers' willingness to speak out about the anxiety that pervades their shop. One of the reasons that they are now on strike, and it's entering its third week. The plant employs 850 people, and workers have spoken of the deleterious, I think that's how you say it, effects of such inhumane working conditions. This guy, Mark McCarter, a 59-year-old palletizer and union steward at the plant who's worked there for 37 years. So it's a good thing you've got this union. You can strike. I mean, this is absolutely imperative that they do to get their point across. He said this: I go to one funeral a year for someone who's had a heart attack at work or someone who went home to their barn and shot themselves in the head or hung themselves. Holy shit. Forced overtime interferes with your health and your household, explains some other guy. It leads to fights on the shop floor. Workers get in arguments because they're so damn cranky and mad and tired. Others at the plants have spoken of divorces caused by their schedules in addition to the suicides. Workers say Frito-Lay to hire new workers to lighten the load, but that the company hasn't budged. Workers' mental health isn't their only concern. Quote, when a coworker collapsed and died and had us move the body and put in a worker to keep the line going, writes Cherie Renfro, one of the strike workers, in an open letter to Frito-Lay. Yeah, he's making the Pringles, but he just died. Well, get him out of there. Get somebody in there to make the Pringles. The company says it wholly rejects that allegation. Renfro is not the only one who's raised it. OSHA is currently investigating, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration is investigating an incident that took place in May at the facility and has previously fined the plant for cases involving amputation and vehicular accidents. Amputation? Holy shit. So you telling me there might be like a finger in like the Frito mix or something like that? No wonder workers set up skeleton on the picket line with a sign that reads, "Working us to the bone." This is like the reason why unions were made in the first place, if I'm not mistaken. At the Topeka plant, production has only increased during the pandemic. You see, this all ties in. We started the show talking about how fat some of you fucks are, okay? It's because you're eating this garbage and you're causing these people to lose their fingers, get divorced, and kill themselves. I hope you're happy, you fat bastards. At the Topeka plant, production has only increased during the pandemic, whereas people were used to work overtime or on holidays. They say they're now being pushed to the limits because Amanda and Kenny are so fat. It says that right in the story. Potato chips, Tostitos, Cheetos, Sun Chips, Fritos, Doritos. The result for the workers was misery. For the company, it was more than... Kenny and Amanda are single-handedly responsible for this strike happening. Way to go, idiots. It was more than they had more than $4.2 billion in sales there. A 14% spike in revenue because of Kenny and Amanda, the story says. Despite such good fortune, the story says Kenny and Amanda continue to eat, and the company continues to treat workers with less care than it treats its machines. And it is the fault of Kenny and Amanda. It says there is no reason for upkeep, only for wring every last bit of labor from their bodies. Ask Frito-Lay executives why they keep doing this. They said because Kenny and Amanda keep demanding it. So it's all about being worked to death to produce potato chips. It's hard to imagine something so insulting and cruel. There's a lot more to this. I'm going to link up the article and you can check it out. But I'm going to stop there because I need to play for you this audio clip about this exact thing. Amanda fires off this. She's taking it in stride. Kenny responds with this. Thank God you guys take this show with a grain of salt. Patriot Nick says, Jesus, Eric, we're going to have to put them on suicide watch. No, they're fine. I can promise you. Kenny and Amanda are going to be so ripped in 1 year that we're going to want to have sex with them. Yep. Now, none of us wants to have sex with them right now because they're so fat. But in 1 year, we're all secretly going to be masturbating to Kenny and Amanda. Ladies are going to be masturbating to Kenny and some of the dudes, if they're gay. And all of the guys are going to be masturbating to Amanda because of the beating that they've taken on this show. That's my bold prediction. You all know it. Don't try to deny it. In 1 year, that's going to happen. So, the local news, a local Fox affiliate in Topeka, Kansas, went ahead and interviewed the guy who's like the union head, okay? And I'm going to play you the audio, and also on the live stream, you'll be able to see this guy speak. And I got to let it roll. I'm going to try to let it roll. Maybe I'll stop it at some point, but check this out.
Well, you may have seen several people on the streets near the Frito-Lay plant today, kind of looking like this. KSNT News reporter Dan Garrett explains why people are gathering in hopes that their voices are heard.
Man, it just, I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm mad. They got us working 84 hours a week in this thing. All right? Do it look like my shoes can hold my fat ass for 84 hours? That's what I'm saying. And the thing about it, they got the little mascots on the thing. Like Chester Cheeto, he ain't got to worry about this type of shit. He just get on his motorcycle and he gone. I can't afford a motorcycle with the pay they give me up in here. I got child support coming out my check. I got the food stamps about to get cut off. And what's a little handsome man with the Steve Harvey mustache on the Pringles can? The Pringles man, and the little boy with the dog on the Cracker Jacks box. You ain't never seen them frowning, did you? Now, the only thing Frito can do is kiss my ass, because now I'm about to go say about Frito-Lays. I'm about to go be lazy. You hear me? I'm about to go lay the down, because I ain't doing this no more. I'm about to go see if they hiding down there at Lowe's. And y'all don't really give a damn about my story. Y'all can get the camera on my face. Y'all just want to get y'all story. That's what y'all want to do.
Okay, is that real? Is there a chance that this is fake? Hold on a second here.
Well, you may have seen.
Hold on a second. I'm screwing this up. I'm concerned about this being real.
Well, you may have seen several people on the streets near the Frito-Lay plant today, kind of looking like this. KSNT News reporter Dan Garrett explains why people are gathering in hopes that their voices are heard.
Man, it just, I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm mad. They got us working 84 hours a week in this thing. All right? Do it look like my shoes can hold my fat ass for 84 hours? That's what I'm saying. And the thing about it, they got the little mascots on the thing. Like Chester Cheeto, he ain't got to worry about this type of shit. He just get on his motorcycle and he gone. I can't afford a motorcycle with the pay they give me up in here. I got child support coming out my check. I got the food stamps about to get cut off. And what's a little handsome man with the Steve Harvey mustache on the Pringles can? The Pringles man, and the little boy with the dog on the Cracker Jacks box. You ain't never seen them frowning, did you? Now, the only thing Frito can do is kiss my ass, because now I'm about to go, say about Frito Lays. I'm about to go be lazy. You hear me? I'm about to go lay the down, because I ain't doing this no more. I'm about to go see if they hiding down there at Lowe's. And y'all don't really give a damn about my story. Y'all can get the camera on my face. Y'all just want to get y'all story. That's what y'all want to do.
All right. Now, reason why I'm thinking that this might be fake, and it's upsetting to me if it is. I would hate that. First of all, it's too damn good. And you can't see it if you're looking at the audio podcast, but as that video finishes up, you see this guy making an appearance on another similar type of news story. Okay, and you see this logo up here that says The Real Spark. That's the channel that this comes from. So, simple investigative work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is fake. I wish it were real. But, this guy is on all the news stories. What they do is they may take the actual news footage at the start of the news story, and then this dude does this and tacks on his little thing at the end of it. Still funny, but 100% fake. So no, definitely not real. I wish it were real, but it's not. At the end of the day, though, this strike is very real. So, my God, I cannot believe that's actually happening in 2021. All right. Damn it. I kind of wish. Who sent that to me? One of you sent that to me. It's like, hey, my God, this is so funny. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that. I think that you need to do some investigative work before you send it along. Thank God I sniffed it out, because it would be just like me to not sniff it out and go, oh, my God, this is so funny. This is so great. When in fact, it's 100% fake. What tipped me off was the guy is just too. He's too good. He's too good. All right. Something else I want to share with you guys. This is 100% real. And I think this is like a World Star Hip Hop video that I want to share with you. And again, if you're listening to the audio podcast, I apologize, because you won't even be able to see it. But still, you can always go to the link and check it out. So I will play the audio. What you have there is somebody narrating this scenario as random people are driving down the street, and some deranged asshole has decided he wants to throw rocks at vehicles, okay? And this car right here is going to turn around and interact with the guy. And the person who's narrating the video from afar, it's kind of grainy, you're getting his reaction as he sees what we are about to see. Check it out.
Missed. Tossed a rock and he fucking missed.
Okay, a second, I'm already screwing this up. All right, start again.
Missed. Tossed a rock and he fucking missed. Goofy ass. Oh, these motherfuckers gonna cause an accident right here. Oh shit! Oh shit! Holy fuck! He fucking hit his ass hard. Just ran his ass the fuck over.
Did you see that?
There he goes.
This car that the dude is throwing the rock at whips around and runs this dude over. And I don't know how he's not dead. This is the second person on the podcast that we've had in a week who has gotten run over and just got up.
Missed. Tossed a rock and he fucking missed. Goofy ass. Oh, these motherfuckers gonna cause an accident right here. Oh shit! Oh shit! Holy fuck! He fucking hit his ass hard.
This dude just picks up
Just ran his ass the fuck over.
Sounds like Michael
There he
Rappaport.
goes.
And then there's a dude just driving away. Dude just picks up his hat and walks away. Apparently this wasn't recent, but it doesn't matter. It's still funny. Oh my God. I loved that. Dude, this is old as hell. That's new to me. All right. Kenny says it's like real life Grand Theft Auto. All right. Okay, just something else I want to share with you. I've got a new sponsor on the show. It is My Policy Shop Insurance. If you or someone you know or love is turning 65, okay, they are more than likely going to get their insurance through Medicare. If in the next 6 months you know someone who's turning 65, I need you to reach out to Frank the Tank Fuss. Frank is an independent insurance agent / broker, okay? And what he does for people like you and people like me is he finds the best policy for them or helps them navigate Medicare, and it doesn't cost anything. Nothing. This is free. And Frank says to me, he's like, well, yeah, I got to get a certain number of people that sign up to have me help them. I go, Frank, I don't think that's going to be a problem. It doesn't cost anybody anything. You are going to sell it. It's going to be the easiest thing we've ever had to do. So, again, trust me, someone you know is turning 65 in the next 6 months. They are more than likely going to be utilizing the Medicare system. Frank takes care of everything. He makes this absolutely easy. You don't have to worry about any red tape. He does it all for you to make sure that all of your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, okay? MyPolicyShop.com. My Policy Shop Insurance. Call Frank today, 616-914-4070, or click on his logo at ericzaneshow.com. There's a form that I was having you check out that he had to make a couple tweaks to it, so I'm going to start pushing that again once he fixes the website. But there's if you do need to reach out to Frank before then, 616-914-4070. That's what's going on. Great sponsor. Thank you so much, Frank, for being on board with the show. Make sure that when you reach out to Frank that you mention that you heard it on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Very, very important. Back Alley Comedy Club. Cannot forget about them. Back in business with several shows coming to the area at one of the many locations for Back Alley Comedy Club. We are looking at shows coming up starting Thursday, August 5th. Gary Owen is in town. You want to see a comedy club? You got it in Muskegon at Sherman Lanes, Back Alley Comedy Club at the Park Theater in Holland, Spectrum Lanes in Wyoming for 2 shows on August 7th. And then in Grand Rapids, that's Sunday, that is the 8th of August in Grand Rapids for Gary Owen at Billy's Lounge. 2 shows, 7 and 9:30. Shows coming to the area, end of August. John Heffron and John Reap. Stay tuned for that. Mitch Fatel, very, very funny. He's been in this room with me. Great guy, Mitch Fatel. Love that dude. Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday with Mitch Fatel. All right. More on those when we get closer to those shows. If you need more information, Back Alley Comedy Club on Facebook. And you can get tickets there. Awesome. Thank you so much, Back Alley Comedy Club, for being on board with the show. That is the only place I want you to go see comedy, is one of the many back alley comedy clubs. Billy's Lounge, Listening Room in Grand Rapids, Park Theater, Sherman Bowling Center in Muskegon, Howard City, Spectrum Lanes in Grand Rapids, actually Wyoming, Rockford Lanes. That's where I want you to see comedy. I want you to avoid going to Dr. Grins, not because I hate them, but because I want you to support comedy, because Don Veltman is my guy. He got the rug pulled out from him with the COVID pandemic, and then his booker, Funny Business, ended up doing the same damn thing to him. So screw those guys. That means you go to see comedy at any of the area back alley comedy clubs. All right. Thank you, Don. A couple more things before I get to the asshole of the day. First of all, I need water. Hang on. Stand by. It's getting to that point in the show. It's too long. Actually, I've got to do trivia at 10:30. I cannot let these people hang any longer. Mary Jo is waiting at 10:30, and Throat Slash Dale. I missed it last week, so I got to get this done. So I'm just gonna wrap this thing up, okay, with a plethora of sponsors. Get your cornhole boards from Cornhole America, cornholeamerica.com. Shipped anywhere in the USA, and you can put whatever you want on a set of cornhole boards. Thank you. Bennett Flooring Installation. Cannot forget about them. One of the longest running sponsors on this show. You rip up the old stuff. You can do that on your own. It's going to save you money. You go buy your flooring, whatever you want. Have Bennett install it. Hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, carpet, you name it, they install it. 616-318-0167 for Bennett Flooring Installation. Call or text Jacob or Jason Bennett. 616-318-0167 or online at bennettflooringinstallation.com. Okay? Hey, if you want, you can have them rip out the old stuff too and do all that stuff. I'm just trying to save you money. This is the least expensive way to have amazing flooring installed that is professionally installed. And then the multi-talented Jason Mays from JM Synthetics. The Lube Slinger, longtime sponsor. If you want to buy any oil or lubricant, whatever it may be, this is how you do it. If you're a DIY pro, you go to jmsynthetics.com, you look at the products. Yes, you can order them online, but since we're all about helping the sponsors, the best step to do is after you figure out what you want, call Mays or text them. Hey, this is Zaniac so-and-so. I want this, this, and this. 616-747-0233. 616-747-0233. 2 days later, it's at your house. You Venmo him the money. That's how it works. Please keep him in business by sending, buying stuff from him. That helps him, which helps me. All right. On the Patreon, I need to describe to you the O'Neill Bruce poop pipeline. And we had a wasp incident in the backyard. Not a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, why did I stutter there? But an actual wasp. Assholes of the day. Who is it going to be? Aram says me for losing all the Pooh Bear points. Dean, who couldn't write a joke to save his life. Let me just tell you. Dean, for as good as he is at chopping down trees, he is the absolute worst at joke writing. Horrible. He writes, asshole today, Eric, for liking penis like Jackie. No. That's a horrible joke. All right. Who is going to be the asshole today? Tio says Frito-Lay. How about that fat bastard who tried to convince us that he was part of the Frito-Lay strike. I think I was pretty asshole-ish today. It was truthful, but it was asshole-ish. Kate says, Eric, for fat-shaming women and Sports Illustrated models, I didn't do anything of the sort, you stupid asshole. That's not fat-shaming. I said that those women have no business being in the magazine because they're fat as fuck. Are you telling me they're not? That's not fat-shaming. You're either skinny or you're fat. Are you telling me they're not fat? It is what it is. They're fat. They shouldn't be in that magazine. I didn't say that they shouldn't, that they're bad human beings. Fucking great. Love them. God bless them. That's not fat shaming. Fat shaming is saying you need to be like me. I'm just trying to help you live longer. That's why I'm talking to those fat bastards, Amanda and Kenny. You don't see them crying. Shut up, Kate. Jesus. Still is asshole-ish, though. Marcy says that's fat shaming, idiot. No, it's not. That's not fat shaming. Fat shaming is saying you're like better than them. Hey, oh my God, you're a disgusting soul. I don't want to be around you. You're gross. These are lovely people, I'm sure, but they should not be on the cover of a magazine. Idiot. Now this is fat shaming. The asshole of the day are fat people. There you go. Fat people are the asshole of the day. Okay? Shut up, you fat ass. There you go. Aram says, are you still in DNF shape for the race against Mike? Well, not if the race is 7 miles. So, no, I'm not. I cannot finish the 13.1 right now. But I'm getting there. Unlike these fat bastards. Jesus. What the hell is wrong with you people? Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day if you're not part of the Patreon. If you're not part of the Patreon, please get there. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. That's where the real fun starts. Have a good one, folks. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia happens in like 5 minutes. See ya.